So in this video, we're going to be talking about what might have happened if a player didn't stop Georgie from ending Mr. P. Now this is an ongoing series which I'll continue until Intercity and other updates releases, and don't worry, I will be making these series and what if series after the release of Intercity. This series is fan fiction, so you also get to participate. Comment your what if something something, and that's all you need to do, and I'll do the thinking. Now lastly, please subscribe to my channel. You guys have been loving these videos lately, and a subscribe will be really supportive of you. So without any further ado, let's jump right into this video. What if the player didn't stop Georgie for finishing off Mr. P? The story starts off in the carnival map where the player meets Zizzy and Pony and decides to join them and find Mr. P. Driven by revenge, to find Mr. P and confront him about Bunny and what he has done to the world, the loss of his friends has gotten to the player. He explains to Zizzy and Pony about Georgie and how he is looking for him for a while. Just as he finishes explaining, there's a sound from behind a dumpster. Zizzy and the player go to look at what made the sound. They follow the person to a mall and look around. They get chased by the mall's security robot, but in the end, they enter a room and find none other than Georgie. Hiding in the corner, they convince him that they are friendly and take him back to the safe place. He explains to the player how he has lost his family and was forced into the city to find his grandma. But she was also infected, so he hid in the mall. Once they reach the safe place, Pony and Giraffe tell them that they got a signal of an helicopter landing in the nearby outpost, and the three, the player, Pony, and Zizzy, decide to check it out. They get attacked by the infected soldiers in the outpost, but they make it to the entrance of the plant and open it. But just before that, Georgie appears out of nowhere. He told them that he'd tricked the sisters into a game of hide and seek and followed them here, but he attracted quite the crowd of infecteds. So Zizzy and Pony decided to stay back and fight them off while Georgie and the player find Mr. P. The two head in and see an abomination for a potato, half robot, half human, a weapon for a hand. Mr. P looked nothing what the player saw before. Mr. P talked to himself as if he was hallucinating about the player and Georgie, as he thinks they are dead. The two try to convince him into thinking they are real and he needs to listen to them, but he turns hostile. He chases them around, but after they blow up the plant, things turn different. Georgie sees his past. He sees the places he has been to, his house, with his parents smiling happily, his grandma's house, the school, and his friends, and again his house. But it was not his normal house. It looked different. Something he had seen before, in a dream. He looks back and he sees the player give a photo of Mrs. P to Mr. P, and bringing him back to his senses. Seeing all these memories of his family and friends, Georgie starts to get angry. He is fuming. He lost everyone because of Mr. P. He turns around slowly. He wanted revenge. Seconds before the explosion, he was fine. But he sees the memories of his past. Something happened to him. Something clicked. He sees Mr. P on the ground. He walks slowly towards him with his bat in his hand. "Hello, Mr. P. Remember me?" "No. Remember my family, who were brutally slaughtered by you?" "Yeah, that's right. I know you do. I'm here for revenge. I don't have any potions like you did, but I have a weapon." Georgie finishes Mr. P off. He looks back at the player. The player looked concerned. Georgie gave him a glare. "Let's go out. Let's not make them wait," said the player. The player himself was driven by revenge as well. He let Georgie do the deeds instead of him. "Yeah, okay," said Georgie. The two go outside and meet Zizzy and Pony, who have dealt with the soldiers. "Where is Mr. P?" asked Pony. "I finished him off," said Georgie. "What?" said Pony. "I took revenge. He was lying. He never knew how to make a cure. He was of no help to us," said Georgie. "Why don't we find a cure?" added Georgie. "Well, it's a good idea and something to work on, but Georgie, what you did was wrong," said Pony. "He infected my family. He had it coming. It's not just me. He did this to many other people's lives," said Georgie. "This isn't like you," said the player. "You don't know me. We have known each other for no longer than a day. This is me, said Georgie. Okay, geez, chill out, kid, said Pony.
This is him, they say. How dumb can they be?
The story continues to be the same until Book 2, Chapter 10, when the group escape the temple and get outside. You've been awfully quiet, kiddo, said Willow to Georgie. Leave him alone, Willow, said the player. Okay, geez, I don't like to talk, said Georgie. You wouldn't shut your mouth when we captured you. What's this all of a sudden? Asked Willow. No answer came from Georgie. The camp up front is where the cure is being held. Be careful, came Kona's voice from the walkie-talkie. Alright, there's no point in waiting. Let's go, said Mimi. You coming, Georgie? Asked the player. Georgie followed, looking at the floor without saying a word. They reach the entrance of the lab. They see Tigry planting explosions at the entrance. How cute, little cat. Explosives to stop me, said Willow. Hello, Willow. And who is this pig? Asked Tigry. Georgie slowly tilted his head upwards. His eyes were bright, glowing orange. He turns towards Willow and he says in a demonic voice,
Stop right now on your tracks, both of you,
said Georgie, looking at both Tigry and Willow.
The cure is mine to destroy,
Said the voice. Georgie, what is this? Said the player from afar.
Be quiet,
Said the voice. Oh, you think you can stop me, kid? Whatever happened to you, I don't care. But you ain't stopping me, said Willow. Georgie said nothing. Willow approaches Tigry and Georgie attacks Willow. He jumps at her and knocks her down. She tries to knock him up, but he keeps dodging the hits. She eventually knocks him away. You have loose screws, kid, said Willow and grabs her gun to shoot. Willow, no, yelled the player from behind. Willow fires her gun, and Georgie simply dodges the bullet, and it lands on Tigry. Tigry slowly falls to the ground, his body fading into lifelessness. Willow, now feeling guilty for killing someone who was no better than a bystander, goes wild and fires a revolver at Georgie, but he keeps dodging the bullets.
it's over.
Georgie grabs his bat as Willow struggles to reload her gun while defending herself from Georgie. Just as Georgie is about to knock out Willow cold with his bat, the player jumps in and blocks the hit. Georgie, what has happened to you? Said the player, struggling to block the hit. No, it is my fault. I should have stopped you from finishing Mr.P off in the plant. I made a mistake. And look where it got you. Georgie, I'm sorry, said the player.
Oh, you did nothing wrong. You merely helped me achieve what I wanted. Now you have no use to me. I will end you and this wolf and destroy the cure and rule the world.
Willow had reloaded her gun and shot Georgie in the head. The player drops to his knees and looks at Georgie's body slowly turning lifeless. His eyes were fading back to normal from the bright orange color. The player, feeling guilty for the death of the kid, looking back at Willow, who fell flat on the floor and let out a big sigh. I'm sorry, Georgie, said the player and got up.
It's not over yet.
Thank y'all so much for watching, and thank you for this guy for the video idea. The support on the series is insane, and I'm grateful for everyone who showed their support. Leave a like and subscribe to see more of this, and I'm incredibly sorry about the poor upload schedule, but hope you understand that I can't find enough time to make these videos, and yeah, it just takes too long, and it's pretty hard to make them as good as possible. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.